It's your boy Ty, and I'm here at the Combat Institute with Ryder Hey.
Good to be here.
Good to see you, man. So, you had your first mixed martial art debut at Blood Fight Series, and you absolutely smashed it.
Thank you very much.
How are you feeling after your fight?
Oh, I was buzzing after that. It was a long time coming. I've been looking forward to making my amateur debut for years now. Obviously, competed loads in clubs and junior shows and things like that. But that's the proper start. So, apart from not getting to finish, it couldn't have gone any better. So I was quite happy with it. Yeah.
So that was incredible. The control you had on the ground, the striking was on point. I saw you warming up before with, James Webb, Christian Young, Sam Hadley. You looked very composed in there for your first amateur fight. How was training leading up to that?
Training was good. Training's always hard. We're always pushing ourselves. Obviously, in that camp, we had Sam Hadley fighting and Christian Young was fighting as well, so we were all pushing each other, But yeah, just that, getting those hard sessions in, that helps build the confidence, knowing that you've done the work. And just in my own time, the past year or so, I've just been trying to work with myself mentally. So staying composed and things like that is something I've been working on in my last few fights prior to this. So I felt good going into it. I felt happy. I was enjoying being in there, and I think that's the key for me, to be composed in there, just have fun.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. And you mentioned something when we were getting ready to film. You said that you're not interested in having fight camps. You want to just be having fight after fight. That is your training.
Yeah.
Is that how you currently feel, and is that going to be your game plan for this year?
Yeah, 100%. That's the plan for this year. Always be ready, staying active, keeping training. I'm not taking long times off after fights. I had a day off, and I was back in after my last fight. But yeah, that's the plan. I want to compete lots this year. So you got to stay ready. You got to be prepared. Take short notice fights, whatever. Just take the opportunities that are given to you. Always be ready.
So you're what, 18 now?
Yeah, 18 now.
So
yeah.
You're so young. What's it like being an 18-year-old with the dreams of becoming a mixed martial artist? Because obviously, I'm sure you've been doing this for a long time. There's been points where you're probably in school.
Yeah.
After school, going to training, you're not living that usual life. What's it like? What do you think your life is like compared to other 18-year-olds? Because you obviously live a very different lifestyle, and you've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, no, 100%. I'm not in contact with a lot of people from my school and stuff, but I see, just from how things was, like I said, when I was in school, it was go to school, get through the day, come here, train. That's all I cared about. I didn't really care. I didn't hang out with my mates outside of school or anything like that. Just straight here, training every day. And now I have the opportunity to do that full time now. I'm training during the day. I train in the evenings. I teach classes here. I'm living my life in the gym, which is what I always wanted. But yeah, no, I'm very grateful for the opportunity to be able to do that, because, as you said, lots of people my age don't have the option necessarily to be able to pursue something like that. Whereas I've got a great team around me. My coach James Webb, he helps me out so much, so I'm so grateful for him. And this is what I love doing, so I'm going to carry on doing it. And
you spoke about your coach James Webb, who's a great fighter in his own right. We're at Combat Institute. You've got such good fighters here. You've got Sam Hadley, Christian Young, you're up and coming. What's it like training with all of them? Because you're obviously at a point where you're just at the beginning of your MMA career, and you're soaking up a lot of experience. You're kind of on the shoulders of giants in a sense. What's that like?
Oh, it's amazing. You can ask for, in my opinion, you can ask for a better team. We have great people. We're all here to help each other get better. We're all here to push each other. people like Christian, people like Sam, you know, they're in love with it. Like, the fighting side and just like the technical side and all that. Like at the end of sparring sessions, we'll be sat there for like 10 minutes just talking through things that happened, and it's, you know, we're in love with it. We like getting better. So that's, you know, that's amazing to have those training partners. And then obviously you got my coach James, who's like got to the top of the European level. You know, he's coaching people like Tom Aspinall in the UFC and stuff. So having that knowledge there as well and that experience, you know, I kind of just, James tells me to do something, can I do it? Because I trust his experience. You know, he's there's not many people locally who has as much experience as him. So I'm very grateful for it.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I'm very much so looking forward to see your career in martial arts. You know, seeing you compete at Blood Fight Series, just how composed you are, how prepared you were, how technical you were. I appreciate your time.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you very much, mate.
God bless.